before we get into the episode, man. What's been in y'all speakers this week? I'm gonna start with you, Tommy, this week.
Man, what's been in my speakers this week? I've been heavily listening to Big Sean's new album, Detroit 2. Yeah, because we were reviewing it this week, so I figured I'd listen to it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Another one I've been listening to, of course, I started listening to Currency today, actually. Just because, like, y'all just like Currency, you know, the guy, and I'm just like, he's good, you know. So I'm just trying to listen to what I've been missing, man. What else been in my speakers this week, man? I listened to Outkast. I had an Outkast day. You know, I always have to throw Outkast in there somewhere, man. Then I started listening to Goodie Mob. What else? Q-Tip showed up in there, man. I don't know how I got to Q-Tip, but you know, it showed up in there. And then what else did I listen to, man? I think that's pretty much it, man. Like I heavily went on Big Sean, Detroit 2, just really trying to, because I didn't like it at first. I ain't saying I'm a huge fan of it now, but you know, at first I was like, it didn't do it for me, that initial listen. So I've been like truly been trying to listen to it and give a real good, thoughtful review of it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what's been in my speakers, man.
Cool. I got some questions about what you said. You said you listened to the Big Sean album again because the first time it didn't quite do it for you. Where did you listen to it the first time?
In my office. It's on my well, I guess it's an Echo Dot speaker. Yeah. Then I listened to it, and the first time, it was on the Echo Dot, but then, you know, I listened to it in the bathroom, listen to it in the car, listen to it on some headphones, on my phone, just straight up. And then just really try to, you know, just listen to it in different places just to see what type of different feel I can get from it. So,
where you get the best feel from?
Honestly, man, in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom, man. We got a nice little we got a Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom, bro. So, you know.
Yeah. Because you got some acoustics in there, motherfucker.
Right, man. It's just you in the bathroom. So
it's your musical sanctuary. I got you. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna think about that for the next time I do it. Yeah. But Steve, what's been in your speakers this week, man?
Man, so of course the Detroit 2. I'm a fan of Big Sean anyway, so for me, when I first heard it, I like this thing jamming out the frame. But we'll get into more of that later. Also, man, more I still don't know how to pronounce his man's name. If it's Blxst,
I don't know.
Blxst.
I keep wanting to say Blxst, but I don't know. So
yeah, I don't either. I'm trying to sound out the X with the S and the T. I don't know, but I'm still listening to that, man. I love his work. Man, me and my wife got into the P Valley soundtrack. We've been watching P Valley, and we got into the P Valley soundtrack. And when I say, man, it's hey, them couple songs they do on the show be bumping, man. Hey, them was bumping. So we've been on that, you know what I'm saying? Fall in Love, if you know what record that is. Fall in Love. That record, and of course the other one. Country Boy Homebred, Wait Off Cornbread. You know, we rocking with Lil Murder a little bit. So much I had to go like look him up because I want to know some information. And he's actually engaged to a woman. So I always you know, so that's an interesting one. I always want to know how actors get into that mind frame of playing a role that he plays, but yet in real life, you know, he's engaged to a woman. But it's interesting. Of course, man, we did the verses. We'll touch on more of that. Mm-hmm. And then man, I've been on that Westside Gunn. Hey, the Westside Gunn, Fly God is an awesome guy too. Check that out. Hey, check out that Michael Irvin record. After listening to that Michael Irvin record, it made me think about something. And this is kind of, this is just kind of where my mind goes sometimes. Hey, man, I don't think none of these athletes can mess with them athletes back in the day. Because all them athletes was all coked up and on drugs. So I'm sure they didn't feel and they were, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were, what's the phrase? They were functional addicts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think there's no way none of these guys from now can mess with those guys of that time. Because they were zooted, bro. They were on it. And go out there and ball on you.
I don't know, man.
I just really, that's just kind of what that Michael Irvin record took me. Because at the end, it talks about Michael Irvin getting caught up in the hotel room and they had all the drugs and stuff. And I was just like, goodness gracious. So, but yeah, it's some other stuff on there that's super dope.
It's that Westside Gunn, you said?
Yeah, that Westside Gunn, man. That Jose Canseco was pretty dope with Stove God Cooks is on that record with him. And then, man, it's some more on here. Buff versus Wires with Benny the Butcher and all that. Man, there's some good stuff on here, man. I really rock him. Plus, he does like a lot of wrestling references in there, which I'm a fan of wrestling, so it's always super cool to do for someone to creatively pick out stuff to put in the area where it normally wouldn't be at. And then, man, I kind of rounded out my week, man. Of course, man, we found that Pilot Talk Trilogy. Shout out to G for showing that, because I've been looking for Pilot Talk 1 forever on Apple Music, and I didn't know he put the whole trilogy on there. So, man, I was so happy today. Like, I was cheesing. What they say, cheesing like a chess cat. I was cheesing. Hey, spit or be spit. That's all I got to say. Spit or be spit.
That might be going in.
Yes.
That's for real, man.
The crazy thing is, the coolest thing about Spitter is he don't be talking about no violence or nothing. He just be talking his talk and enjoying life. So
pretty much. Just regular shit. just regular shit and cars. Regular shit and fancy ass cars that he like to buy and shit. But and smoking weed every now and then. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Regular shit.
Absolutely.
But he just real creative with how he uses words. I'm going on a tangent, but still, it's very creative with how he uses words. It's very what you call it? What's the word for it? Like non sequitur sometimes, where it's like it don't necessarily follow, like the references don't necessarily follow, but it still makes sense.
Yeah,
it's very much like Raekwon.
Yeah,
back in the day, it's just like, even though I don't really listen to Raekwon like that, but I do like the way he uses words.
Yeah,
it's just like out of nowhere you'll see like things that just references out of the blue and shit. You just be like, what?
Yeah,
made you think of that right there? Like,
absolutely,
it's crazy.
It's the flow, like the flow of the song.
Yeah,
that's what gets me. You know, when I was listening to it today, I was like, damn, is that a fucking flute? Is that a piano? Is he singing? You know, like stuff like that catches my eye. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, for me, it's like I ain't just like a fan like you guys, but I do like his music. You know, he come out with something, I listen to it, but you know, that's probably as far as it goes. Somebody put it on the radio, I ain't gonna be like, man, turn this off. You know, I'm gonna vibe out to it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna continue on. So listen to his all the stuff. Like I said earlier, it's like, man, I'm gonna just go through his whole discography and see what he doing, what he talking about.
Good luck with that shit, because I ain't heard all his discography.
I ain't either.
I mean, I'm gonna listen to everything that's available on the. I got quite a bit of stuff to do this week, so you know, I'm gonna listen to it while I'm doing that.
Yeah, man. If you need some more suggestions, I can suggest a couple projects to listen to.
Always, man.
When I'm telling you, it's way too much music. It's way too much music.
Yeah.
But let me get into my little spiel right quick. I ain't really listened to a whole lot. I did listen to that Blxst. We ain't gonna try to pronounce that no more. We're just gonna say what the letters say. Blxst. I found the dude because he had an album that dropped the same day as Big Sean. And I saw the album cover and I was like, I might come back to this. And I ended up going back to it like sometime in the middle of last week. And I was like, hold up, this is good. Like the first song came on off the little project, the project called No Love Lost, I think. Yeah. And the first song came on, and before he even started speaking, I was like, I like this production. This is what's up. And then he started doing his thing, and I was like, okay. I let it play through, and before I knew, I was done with the tape, and I was like, it was good. Yeah. And listen to some more stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, here goes a single here, here goes a single there. Okay, this is pretty good too. And so, like, I ain't heard nothing yet that I didn't like from him. So I enjoyed that. I also went back and listened to one of my homies from Memphis named Omega Forte. Shout out to Omega Forte. He had dropped a tape earlier this year. It's called Omega Vision. And it's a song on there called Purpose. I'm going to have to send that to y'all. Y'all get up on that. Yeah. It's real good. It's a video to it and everything. I'll send that to y'all. I put it in the Slack. But today, like I said, last week was a hard-ass week. A lot of shit going on that I ain't going to really discuss right this second. But something made me want to listen to... it's a Currency tape. It's called Cigarette Boats. And like 5 songs on there. And the last song called 67 Turbo Jet. And I really like that, John. It's super soothing. They come on with the little sample on there. And I forgot the person who's the artist of the sample, but it's called like Children of the Ghetto, I think is the name of the song. But it's a like a chipmunk style sample where it's like real high pitched, but it's super chill. And he just come on there and he just, the fuck you bought. That ain't the super sport package. The fuck you bought or something like that. And, I don't plan on being on the police chase, but if I do, Holmes, I doubt that I get caught. And he keep going from there, and it's cool as hell. He just make you feel good. So I was like, I'm gonna play this, John. And then I went back to Pilot Talk, and that's when I had sent that King Kong to you earlier, Steve, because I remember you talking about it last week. And I was like, let me send this to that man. Unbeknownst to me, you had been looking for it all this time.
Yeah, so, man.
I went ahead and linked that up right quick and let that ride. But other than that, man, I listened to that Big Sean Detroit too, because I wanted to get my stuff in order for the episode today. I enjoyed it as well. It wasn't like Tommy where it was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I might have to listen to this shit in the bathroom. I was like, nah, I like it, John. I fuck with it. So I played it. The first time I played it just like kind of out loud on my phone while I was doing stuff at the house. And then the second time I was like, I want to get this at the car test because there's some magnets in this jack. Yeah. And so I gave it the car test and I really did. I liked it on a different level at that point because I could really feel all of the music for real. So we can get all into that in a minute because I got a whole spiel on that shit. But